Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. It's another wonderful day that the Lord has actually enabled us to be here and to follow what He so requires. I must say today we had a very, very wonderful sacrament meeting on a Sabbath day today. And one of the greatest things is that Sister Husband, that is the wife of Elder Husband, actually was with us, attended with us in the sacrament meeting, and she bore a very powerful testimony today. We are so much blessed to have had her in our midst today. Everybody wanted to, say hello to her. And as we were, having this and in our fast and testimony Sundays today, also we shared our testimonies. And my heart personally went to our saints in Tanzania, our wonderful brothers and sisters in Tanzania, over what exactly is happening to their country right now. And you remember some months ago, that is around July, that is a year ago, in Kenya things were not easy. Things were tough because we had what we call the GNZ movement. And they were pushing things, and it was not good, and a lot of lives were lost during that time. And at times I remember we could go to church, but we were so scared. And the same thing is actually happening in Tanzania. There's no business. Nothing is going on. And the people are really scared of their lives. The reason being is that they are not satisfied with the government of the day over what they are doing. The government is not delivering. And that is the urge of the young men. People go to school, graduate, but at the same time, when they come out, what they were told in school, it is not what exactly is in life, because you are told, go to school, after school you'll get a good job. But after graduating, you come out, you find the government has no business with you. For you to get a job, you must know somebody, and you must know somebody of somebody of somebody of somebody. And even when you're there, you must part ways with something small. You must bribe. And that is why the youth are asking themselves, then what was the cause, or what was the use of us going through all this process of the system, and then at the end of it all, by the moment we are done, our futures are actually diminished. And when we look behind, our parents have sacrificed everything for the sake of our education. Even the small land that maybe they might have left it for you for inheritance, you find it was sold because of economical issues, and more so was to educate you. That here you are, one who is supposed to be the future and the supporter of the parents. Their life is actually diminished, their future cannot be defined. And their governments, when they raise a little bit of a voice, they actually end up not being peaceful in their own country. So this is what is happening. Okay, the same movement has been escalated from Kenya. It so happened now it has gone to Tanzania, and we were actually remembering our saints in Tanzania, and most of us, we had friends that we served missions with in Tanzania, and at times we try to call them to find out how they are doing, and at times we've even offered our very own homes. If it so happens that things are not all that good, they can still rush to us, and we will be more than glad to accommodate them with their families. I remember serving with a lot of wonderful brothers from Tanzania, and when my country was actually burning, they were more than willing to offer us, an asylum in Tanzania until when things cool down. But unfortunately now it is on their side. And as brothers and sisters in Kenya, we are more than ready to offer them any asylum in terms of like if it so be that they need to move out of their country, instead of them going to the refugee camps, we'll be more than willing to accommodate them in our very own homes, because they are our brothers and sisters. They are our brothers and sisters. Now, this is the situation that is happening in Tanzania right now. Please have a look.
Tanzania's most serious political crisis in decades. Protests in towns and cities against what were described as sham elections, from which opposition leaders were banned. The biggest challenge to the ruling party, which has governed since independence in the 1960s. And these demonstrators have had enough, burning pictures of their president, with claims that hundreds have been killed after police opened fire.
The police are responding to the protests with tear gas and live bullets. We are urging them to exercise restraint and facilitate the right to protest in Tanzania.
President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been in power for 4 years. Today, Tanzanians were told she'd won by a landslide, over 97% of the vote, though foreign election observers and the opposition said the poll was neither free nor fair.
We are in a situation where it is sort of a coronation. So Samia is trying to reinstate herself in the reins of power without being elected by the people.
Back in April, Tundu Lissu, the president's main challenger, appeared in court on charges of treason after calling for democratic reform. His trial excluded him from the poll, though 16 fringe parties were allowed to take part. Violence along the Kenyan border was so severe that trade ground to a halt. Tanzania's foreign minister described the outbreaks of internal violence as a few isolated incidents, but foreign embassies say reports of many dead and injured are credible. Though after receiving the certificate ratifying her victory, President Hassan laid the blame squarely on protesters.
The
incidents experienced were unacceptable, uncivilized and unpatriotic. Patriots build their countries. They don't destroy what the blood and sweat of their countrymen built.
Today it was calm in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's biggest city. There have been calls for fresh elections and for the army to take over, though for now the army is backing the president, describing demonstrators as criminals.
Well, that is what exactly is happening in Tanzania. So finally, the president of Tanzania, through what we call the illegitimate election, she has been declared, she has been announced as the winner, over 97% of the votes. And the issue here is people are arguing and they're saying, how can you say you've won elections when your competitors, you've disqualified them from running? Some of her competitors have been actually imprisoned. She's taken them to jail. And the entire election she was running by herself. She was just running by herself. And funniest enough, irrespective of the demonstrations and violence and demonstrations of the people, she went as far as being announced as the winner of the elections. Was there even any elections? That is what I was wondering. And that is what people are asking. Like, was this an election? And if it was an election, how did she really win? Because how do you disqualify your opponents? How do you jail your opponents? And then come up and say that elections were free and fair. And that is why people are demonstrating. So she might be the president through the state, but she's not actually legitimized. She's an they're calling her illegitimate Okay, she's an illegitimate president because the people are not with her. The people are not with her, but it's only a few clique of people who are forcing her to be in power because maybe they are gaining some things through her. So those are some of our governments, so to speak, but we are waiting for that day when the Lord will judge everyone. And so far, from what I've read through medias, they are saying in these demonstrations that happened in Tanzania, about 1,300 people were unalived, and quite a number of them are actually in hospitals. But confirmed, about 1,300 young men who were actually unalived because the policemen were using live bullets towards unarmed demonstrators. So the people that you swore to protect, these are the people again that you're killing. Where are we heading? So God be with us all. And that's why, my wonderful brothers and sisters, my heart went to our brothers and sisters in Tanzania, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Tanzania. We were really so much concerned about their welfare, how they are doing, because most of the time you realize places like Dar es Salaam, that is where, demonstrations were so much, and we have members who actually go there. We have members there, and we don't know how these demonstrations actually affected them so seriously. And if there is any member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from Tanzania that you are watching this video, please, maybe you can update us on what exactly is happening there. Because what I understand is that internet was shut in Tanzania. There was no communication at all. And it was only a few youth who are using the VPN connection just to update people over what was happening on the ground. But it was again limited. So you guys, we are praying for you, wonderful brothers and sisters in Tanzania, and more so members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You are our brothers, and we are remembering you in our prayers. So, and please make sure you are safe. Don't actually find yourself in don't find yourself in those demonstrations. Stay at home, be with your family until everything cools down. That is when you can find yourself, you can walk out. And we know those demonstrations at times you will find people demonstrating, but at the same time there are thugs there who are actually stealing from people. So they are not even genuine demonstrators. Some are just thugs. They cherish in destroying property and all that. And that is what it is. At times it's very unfortunate at times. But we hope you'll be safe, and we hope your country will regain its peace again, and things will start going on normal. And please drop a comment there if you're a brother from Tanzania or your brother from anywhere. If you have any information about what is happening in Tanzania right now, you can drop a comment there so that we all know how exactly things are really moving forward. Otherwise, thank you very much. God bless you. Looking forward to see you again next time. Thank you.